And we want to start off the show and go straight to one of our first guests tonight. And he is one of those guys who lives in the trenches, blue collar, tough as nails. I call this he's a member of my dark alley team, all dark alley team. So if you weekend night, you in the dark alley, things ain't looking too safe, this is the guy you want on your side. So let me bring in our starting right guard, Mr. Lawrence Lagrone. What's going on, Lawrence?
How you guys doing?
Pretty good, man.
What's up?
What's up, Lawrence?
Can you hear us pretty good?
Yes, sir.
Clear? All right. Well, let's go ahead and jump into it, man. This has been a hectic off season. Had a lot of coaches moving around, some players coming in. What is that whole the spirit, the tone of that football locker room? What is it like right now?
Right now, I feel like it's the most family orientated it's ever been. Like since I've been here, at least. You know, I've been here for a long time.
Yeah.
Since 2018, and I just feel like everyone has a relationship with each other. Like I feel like you can't play good football if you don't love each other. So, and I feel like we have that right now in the locker room.
So how did y'all establish that? Because I mean, I'm sure it had to be a process. You just don't just go in there and everyone singing "Kumbaya" and all best friends. So how did y'all build that brotherhood?
I mean, it started with Coach Ali. He put us in some adverse situations as far as like conditioning or working out, forcing us to like get along with each other and learn each other and know like, okay, when he gets tired here, I got to be there to push him and make him go that next step. And yeah, I'm just give it to Coach Ali on that one.
So that strength and conditioning program
Nice.
is revving up. And you guys are obviously putting in that work. Let's go ahead and just talk about last season because that's the elephant in the room. A lot of things that we were expecting to happen really didn't come to fruition. First, it was the first season in the Big South, and we really didn't get a chance to establish that running game like A&T fans are accustomed to. And looking back, what do you think was the biggest issue we had with getting that running game going?
I'm gonna say like just consistency. Like it was a lot of times where we would dominate and then we'll turn around and something bad would happen or somebody would mess up or I might mess up or my tiger might mess up or something like that. But that's because I guess we didn't have a lot of time to play with each other. Because like, we got a lot of different guys, a lot of different pieces on our puzzle. So and this off season, just like working with them, building that team chemistry, I feel like that's what's gonna set us apart from last season.
Yeah, how important is that continuity when it comes to being on the offensive line? Because you're not just on the alley. You got brothers to your left, to your right. Especially playing guard. Describe that dynamic of what's it like to have to depend on guys to do your job.
I mean, I don't really think about it in that way. We just look at it like we all family. Like we with each other every day. Like I just came from playing the game with them. We with each other every day, and we think like, oh, I got his back. That's my brother. I got my brother's back. So
yeah.
Hey, Lawrence, man, I think it's pretty cool that you spoke about two words that really describe you and your game: dominance and continuity. I mean, if it's one thing that's been continuous, is you being a stalemate there on the offensive line. I remember when you came in, and you've come a long way, and I don't mean that in a negative way at all, man. I just remember when you first arrived. Well, actually, I remember first turning on your film way back before you committed to us, and I just remember saying, man, I dubbed you the nickname Lawrence Lagrone Man at that point. You just had your high school film was one of those films where I just saw you mauling guys. I mean, I felt like as a fan and as a former football player that you were one of those guys and you came from one of those regions in Georgia that it kind of showed, it reflected how we were growing as a program, the type of recruits we were bringing in. And you were one of those guys, I'm like, man, we're taking the next steps if we can sign guys that are like this. You play with a certain type of nastiness. I don't call it dirtiness. It's a nastiness you play with. You're to the whistle and through the whistle. And when we speak of your dominance, man, like you said, we saw you guys and have seen you push guys up and down the field, dominate guys from Duke. We've seen you just kind of take control of the offensive line. I remember before you started playing and seeing you kind of waiting your turn. I remember I saw you 2018 in Celebration Bowl, like, hey, man, your time's coming. When your time comes, be ready because you're gonna do some special things here. And since you've been here, man, I know you cut the locks. I think you at some point you may have pledged or done something. You know what I'm saying with the boys or whatever. But man, I'm telling you, man, we've just been really proud of what you brought to the program. I know some guys that kind of come before you, and I know you represent them well. So I just wanted to put that on your shoulders, man, before we got any deeper.
Hey,
yes, sir. Thank you so much for that.
And talk about that transformation, that growth period, because you've been here since 2018, and personally, just talk about how you've kind of grown as a man through this A&T football program.
I mean, being at A&T, I'm far from home. I'm from Georgia, so it's like 6-7 hours. So I don't get to go home like everybody else every other weekend. So it kind of taught me what being a man really meant. Like being able to, you got to handle your business on your own. You got to do your D's and play football. You got to remember, like, that's what you're here for. And school, too. It's like, it's a humbling experience. And from where I started my freshman year and where I am now, if I went back and told myself where I'd be right now, I wouldn't believe it.
What was the biggest difference? Tell me the biggest difference as far as the football aspect. What's the biggest difference in your game?
Just like understanding football. Like I didn't really understand football very well in high school because I didn't have one of those coaches. We just told us like, okay, you get him, and I was just a bully. So
yeah, with a cowboy collar, and I appreciate that you rock a cowboy collar. You got some drip with you. You got the OL drip too, man. So don't let them sleep on you. Lawrence got just as many gloves as everybody else, man, and spat it up, man. We see you, dog.
Yes, sir.
Hey, so you talk about being a bully and dominate. Let me bring out this clip real quick of last year's Duke game. We lost that game, but there was one play that I think kind of encapsulates your career of just being somebody who's going to maul and push that guy in front of him on skates.
For the half.
Let me show you this play. That's you highlighted.
Okay.
And Afeedi's going to keep it himself. How about it? Kingsley Afeedi.
Smooth read here. Great job by Afeedi. And a great block. Bringing your wide receiver in. Get on the edge.
And that was big number 90. I think his name was Dwayne Carter. Big Wayne. Not Little Wayne, but Dwayne Carter. And he was like all ACC, a team captain. And I've never seen a grown man get man
out the club.
Roller skates. Put him on roller skates.
You put him on roller skates on a crucial play that helped tie the game for us late in the second quarter. Describe that play and what's it like just to put your power on the man and make him go backwards.
I mean, at the end of the day, I don't really care about like all the name stuff. Football is football. At the end of the day, he put his pants on just how I put my pants on. He got a lineup in front of me just like I got a lineup in front of him. So, and when we scored that play, yeah, I was happy.
And Lawrence, and I want to note too, man, the most special thing about that play is how you finish the play, celebrating with your teammates, and that goes a long way. That's infectious, and that'll rub off on the rest of the guys. And you guys keep preaching, hey, we're gonna celebrate as a team in the end zone, and you watch what happens.
Yep.
So look, Lawrence, you're being real politically correct, right now, but I'm pretty sure you had a few choice words to say to him doing throughout that battle. Well, do you trip a little bit on the field?
Oh, no. Like, as far as football,
yeah,
I don't like to really run my mouth like that.
Okay.
Situation comes down like where we're not doing the best. I just try to be the voice of courage, like uplift people. Like, hey, we got this. We still in the game. We still play. We still got another half. It's 0-0 halftime. Come on, let's go. But as far as like talking to people in front of me, I don't do that.
Okay,
I talk with my helmet and shoulder pads.
I can dig it, man. I can dig it. Hey, so what is every offensive lineman, especially interior guys, have a favorite play that they love to call? What's the favorite play that you love to run as a right guard?
Fred. Inside zone to the right.
You love that. So and that probably is in the last couple of years you had like Jermaine Martin following you out there and just going through that gap that you set up.
Yes, sir. Him and Kayshawn Baker.
Kayshawn Baker too, right. And so now you got a new. We lost both of those seniors, and they had this incredible careers at A&T. But now we got a new cast of running backs. Talk a little bit about that running back core right now that the fans are going to get to see in 2022.
There's no drop off. Like you're gonna get really better than what you got last year because we got.
Woo! So now, Doug, hit us real quick. Doug. There you go. So that's pretty emphatic. You're saying with no 30 and no Kayshawn Baker, we still might have an upgrade in the production as far as running backs this year.
I mean, yeah, those guys were really good players. I'm not taking that away from them, but
yeah.
You also got to remember that the running backs that we have now, they played under them, and Jermaine and Kayshawn, they uplifted too, and they taught and stayed after practice with other running backs, younger running backs, to help them and stuff like that. So it's not going to be a drop off, especially Basul too, and Graves. Y'all know Charlie, Big Charlie.
Yeah. So we allowed to talk about him because it seems like everybody is kind of like on secret hush status when it comes to Charlie Dixon. So has that been like a team rule? We all just can't say his name because are we trying to keep him top secret? Kind of, sort of. I got you. Okay, well, they'll
we're
find out
going
soon.
With the Lawrence Lagrone mentality. We're gonna let the fans do the talking.
Yeah. I like that. I like that. I'm gonna have to take a note for you, man. I've been kind of mouthing off a little bit too much. I need to. But check this out. So this season, we have a tough schedule once again, right? And first week, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. The first week we play against our arch rivals, North Carolina Central. This game is actually going to be at a neutral site in Charlotte, Bank of America Stadium, home of the Panthers. What is that going to be like for you to run out the tunnel in front of, whatever crowd it is? Right now, they said we got 25,000 seats already, tickets already sold. They're projecting we might get up to like 35,000, 40,000 by September, Labor Day. What's it going to be like for you to run out that tunnel on that field?
It's going to be ridiculous. I might get a little lightheaded. It's just going to remind me of the Celebration Bowl because that's a surreal feeling too, running out of that tunnel. But I'm ready to.
And then the following week, the game everyone's been talking about for the last couple of years, that's that North Dakota State Bison defending. I mean, I don't know how many times in a row they've been winning national championships, FCS national championships. Talk about the matchup between their defense, which is pretty vaunted, and then our offensive line. When you guys look at the film and everything, how you think we match up?
They have a pretty solid defense, but I feel like if we go out there and our offensive line unit plays together, they won't stand a chance.
Oh man, Craig, what do you think about that, man? Are you motivated by his optimism?
Well, yeah. I mean, we've been up against odds before, and we always seem to perform well. One thing I want to ask you about, Lawrence, is the off-season work with Coach Mattis. What did you guys do as a unit in the off-season to get ready for camp, which starts next week? What did you guys do specifically?
Really, we just watched a lot more film than usual. We just met up every day after workouts, or probably did like field work. We do like rotate days. Like Monday, we may watch film. Tuesday, we're gonna do field work and kind of go over what we went over the first day. And that's what we've been doing the whole summer, all season.
Hey, Lawrence, did you feel like communication was an issue at times last year? Because it seemed to me, just from the outside looking in, it seemed like there was like sometimes we run a play and one guy might be pulling the wrong way or something. Was that something that actually was happening last year?
Yeah, it was just miscommunication. A lot of that.
Okay.
And I feel like that has to do with the chemistry. We already worked on that. Been working on that.
So do we have a projected starting offensive line, or is it too early? Do we still have a lot of?
It's too early to say. We don't even know yet.
Okay. Are there any guys that we should look out for that we are not familiar with that maybe didn't start last year, but at least will get some reps and be in the rotation? Any new offensive linemen we need to look out for?
We got a young freshman out of Roseville, Josiah Henderson. He's going to be pretty good for us. Uriah Green out of USF.
Okay.
And Corian Sharp, too. I'm pretty sure y'all know who that is. Y'all know who that is?
Yes,
yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. All right, so Lawrence, here's a little bit of truth serum time, okay? Who is the strongest? The strongest. I'm talking about, that bench press, whatever. Offensive lineman on the roster. Who's the strongest guy on the roster, man?
I'm gonna have to say me.
Okay. So when you sit down when you sit down that bench press, give me some numbers here. What we talking about?
Okay, so we'll do like a warm up set, 225.
Okay.
And then a 60% will be like 315. And then by the time I'm all said and done, I'll probably be at like 415 or 385 for reps of like 5 or 4.
So if you were like at a pro day right now, how many sets of 225 could you do? How many reps?
No less than 25. Like 25 is the minimum, I think.
At the minimum. I hear you. I got you. Okay, and one more truth serum thing. We got a lot of talented defensive guys on this roster, right? I mean, we got some killers on the other side of the football. You about to start camp in a week. Who is the toughest guy for you to go against one-on-one? Who's the toughest defensive player that you just hate lining up against? Or you look forward to lining up against?
I'm trying to think. I'm gonna say it's probably between like 2 or 3 people.
Okay.
Jermaine McDaniel, because that guy, he's fast as I don't know what.
You know what? He got he got bigger too, right? Because he gained some size, some mass this offseason. Yes. I want to say, hey Craig, I might have seen him. I seen somebody, or his doppelganger at least. I seen somebody look like Jermaine McDaniel at Walmart over the weekend. And this dude, because he's tall, he's like 6'3", And but this guy must have gained about 15, 20 pounds because he looked a lot more solid than I remember. So Jermaine McDaniel, so he's a handle, huh?
Yeah, he's a handful.
He's a handful. Who else? Who's some other guys that give you a tough time?
Shamari, and Karfa.
Yeah, Carver. Okay, so he finally is going to get a chance to get on that field and stay healthy and make a difference this year, right?
Yeah, all those guys I just listed, they've been busting their tails this whole summer. Those are the summer 1, summer 2 guys. Stay the whole summer.
That's awesome. So that's Craig. That's been the common theme we've been talking to guys with Fowler and Mike. All these guys been saying that the work ethic is just unreal. Everybody's been putting in overtime this off season to get back. And I guess because the last season kind of left a bad taste in everybody's mouth, you want to change that up and get back to that old A&T style of football. So let's go before we go to your predictions of outlook on this upcoming year. But as far as fall camp goes, what is that like for a big guy? Do y'all look forward to it or do y'all dread it? Because there's a lot of conditioning and there's a whole lot of running. So what are your thoughts on this fall camp in general?
I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited to see how much I've grown, and I'm ready to hit somebody. That's the best part. You get to finally hit somebody again. So that's really I feel like that's what all of us think. We're all ready to get back to it.
Oh, another thing too. There was a lot of chatter about going to the Big South. That we kind of were going to get teams that were bigger and stronger than what we were accustomed to. Do you agree with that? Is that true? Do you think that the Big South teams are bigger than the MEAC squads? What are your thoughts on that?
No, I don't think that. I just think we just weren't coerced together. Like when we went out there and played, we would play the first half of the game and then not play the second half and lose or something like that. It was really us. We were losing the games.
And that's what Coach Washington said at the recent Big South Media Day. He said 85% of our problems were self-inflicted. So I guess that's everyone can see that. So Lawrence, tell us about this, your outlook for the season, man. You got any personal goals you're trying to set? You're trying to get like 500 pancakes. Well, what can we look forward to in 2022 for Lawrence?
I'm really just trying to get my name out there because a lot of people still don't know who I am, and I got to fix that. And as a team, I'm just ready to win this thing. I'm ready to win it because I know we can. I feel it.
So when you're not playing football, you're not getting ready for the season. How do you wind down? You do any hobbies, any crazy stuff?
I spent most of the time with my brothers, my line brothers.
Okay. So you what you joined?
South
Yeah.
Fraternity Incorporated.
Okay. So what's the countdown, Doug? We got how many Qs versus how many Kappas and
Man, I think we've had like 5 Qs on, maybe 3 Kappas somewhere in there. With more to
okay.
come. So
Okay.
we keeping a running tally, man. But
We got no alphas on the team anymore? The alphas?
Nah, we just got 3 Qs and 1 Kappa.
No
I tell
sigmas,
you what,
nothing,
Lawrence,
huh?
man, we like to have a few Greeks on the team, man. We like what that brings to the team, man. It says a lot about your maturity and being able to juggle both, man. I'm all for you guys enjoying college, man. Get the most out of it. So I think that's a big part of the college experience. So good stuff, man.
Definitely.
Yes, sir.
So number 60 in the media guide, and you what you about 345 now? What's your weight? What's your playing weight right now?
Yes, sir. On the dot.
340 on the dot. Okay. And man, I've been behind you for a long time. We put you on our website on the front when we have your little picture up there with all the top stars. So you still gonna be in the mix this year. And we're looking forward to it. I just got this little like spider sense that these guys ain't just blowing hot air, man. This is not just the media talk. These guys believe it.
Right.
Everybody is driven, focused, no nonsense. And I just can't wait till September. Was that the third when we play? Was that the third when we play Central?
September 3rd.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Yeah.
It's the Redemption Tour.
Redemption Tour.
2022.
All right, I like that. You put that on a bumper sticker or something. Gotcha. All right, well, Lawrence, thank you so much for taking the time out. I know you guys are super busy, and camp starts when? Is it what's the first day of you got to report? Fall
August 5th.
August 5th. What day is that? That's Saturday, huh?
Friday.
Next Friday.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay, and I'll try to be out there, man. See you boys in pads and going at it, man. Can't wait. But best of luck to you. And definitely, if anything comes up, some NIL stuff you need to promote, let us know. We're gonna put you on Front Street for for free. Everything you want us to hear about, we'll put on the site and let's try to send some traffic your way. But until then, man, thank you so much and keep doing what you're doing.
All right, thank you guys for having me.
All right, appreciate it, bro.
Appreciate it, Lawrence. Thanks, man.